Okay, y'all, today I have a list of 5 matches I'd like to see in the WAL. Ever since the Devon and Mike match, there's been talks out there of the WAL trying to come back at the end of this year, December maybe. So I have 5 matches that I'd personally like to see for their first event back, which will at the time be over 2 years since their last event. I think their last event was in 2019. So with that being said, I think with their first event back, they need to make a big bang. They need to come back with force. They need to create the most exciting event possible to get that interest back in the league. So I have 4 matches I definitely like to see. Then I have 3 more possibilities for the 5th match, because there's usually 5 matches on a card. To start off the list, I think I have the obvious one here. I want to see Devon versus Mike pull in the WAL to give Devon a chance to get that hammer from Mike for the heavyweight championship. I think they need to run it back in the WAL under the WAL rules, since Devon lost in the WAL last time they matched up. So, but I don't think it'll matter. I think with the form Devon was in there in Dubai for the King of the Table event, I think he's going to take that hammer back from Mike. Number 2, have Rob versus Paul Lynn for the middleweight hammer. Rob's the champ's been the champ. He's been on a tear as far as championship defenses go. And I think Paul Lynn's that next logical contender to come in and get a shot at the hammer. So I'd like to see those two pull. Paul Lynn, he's come on quite a bit since his debut in the WAO. That match versus Paul Talbot, I don't remember which WAL that was at. That was a screamer, but Paul Lynn showed why he is to be a force to be reckoned with in this league. So yeah, I'd like to see that match, and you'll notice a trend here. Next I have Sam versus Giannis. Giannis absolutely deserves a chance at the hammer, and I think he's the one that'll take it from Sam. Sam's been on a run, but I think Giannis will come in great form, come in and take that hammer from Sam. 3 championship matches. Like I said, I think WAL's first event back in well over 2 years. If they do it in December, they need to come back with a bang and just have like a championship night, more or less, to kick off. I don't know if it'll be a new season or what it will be, but 3 championship matches coming out with a bang. 4th match, I think this will be an absolutely barn burner, absolutely incredible match. Matt Mask versus Alex Kurdecha. He pulled in the top 8 the last run they had. 2 pretty similar styles, to be honest. Outside pullers, top roll. Alex is a huge human being, even bigger than Matt. Overall, I'm not sure if he's taller, but just overall a bigger person than Matt. But Matt's hand control is just incredible. On a side note, I can't wait to see Matt pull Hermes again, but that's not what this video is about. I want to see Matt Mask pull Alex Kurdecha, because I heard there was talk of Alex coming to the WAL. Spoiler alert, maybe even Genny coming to the WAL. But I think Matt Mask versus Alex Kurdecha would be an absolutely incredible match. So those are my 4 absolute matches I want to see. Then I have 3 more possibilities for the 5th match. Number 1, rematch Sarah versus Gabby. I think given the time to get back in her peak form, Sarah could potentially beat Gabby. And I mean, obviously we all know Gabby dominated Sarah when they pulled the WAL last. I think Sarah may have injured herself in that match, but nonetheless Gabby still dominated. So that would be a great match to have on their first card back, is the rematch between Sarah and Gabby. Second possibility for the 5th match, Georgi versus Genny. Like I said, there was rumors of Genny trying to come to the WAL. I think that'd be a great match. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not even going to try it. there's a lot of differing opinions on Jerry and Gennady. Obviously, North American guys are gonna back Jerry. The European guys are gonna back Gennady. But with Jerry's unorthodox style, I think he has a chance of making that a match, especially with the familiarity of the WAL. It would be Gennady's first time in the WAL, obviously. So I think that could be an interesting match. And the third possibility I have for the fifth match, Chance Shaw versus Schoolboy. Schoolboy is obviously a social media phenom, and he just dominated Larry Wheels in the King of the Table event. Chance Shaw is an absolute rising star in the super heavyweight division in North America. He's already knocked off some big names in the last year or so. Jordan Sill, Ron Bath. Two similar styles between Chance and Schoolboy. Obviously, Schoolboy has like the height and leverage advantage, but Chance, he's crafty, man. He recently, I wouldn't say recently, back in April, came down to Oklahoma and pulled one of our up-and-coming supers, and Chance showed why he's a rising star in North America. He's going to be a household name if he isn't already. So I think that would be an interesting match to have in the WAL format, Chance Shaw versus Schoolboy. But yeah, there you have it. The four matches I absolutely want to see: Devon versus Mike, RVJ versus Paul Lynn, Sam versus Giannis, Matt Mask versus Alex Kardashev. That may be the match out of those four that I want to see the most, to be honest. And then those three possibilities for the fifth match that I mentioned, Sarah versus Gabby, Jerry versus Gennady, or Chance versus Schoolboy. Let me know what you guys think. What matches do you want to see when the WAL makes a comeback? So yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this video. Let's get that conversation going. Let's talk about this. Who do you guys want to see? Those were my picks. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.